Hello again, and welcome to another fact of the day. Woo! This one's pretty cool. Uh, the map's looking a bit different from how you would normally see it. A lot closer. Can you recognise this country that I'm looking at right now? Well done if you said Britain. Excellent stuff. Yep, this is Britain. So let's move up a bit to Scotland. Scotland is all around this bit here. So can you point out roughly where Brora is? Go for it. Just take a guess, even if you don't know. Well done. If you said here. Good stuff on the East Coast. Nice. So anyway, the reason that it's looking a bit different is because I've zoomed in. And I've zoomed in so much that this is how the Earth and how Scotland would look if you were 350 miles up in space. We're definitely in space because to get into space, you need to go how high? That's right, 62 miles. Well done if you remember that. If you go up 62 miles straight up, you will have crossed over into space and officially become an astronaut. Good stuff. So this is way higher than 62 miles. This is 350 miles up. But why have I gone 350 miles up specifically? Well, there's something up here at this height that was in the news recently because, as of Saturday, I think it has been up here for almost exactly 30 years. And it just goes round and round the world, staying at the same height of 350 miles. You might know what it is if you've seen it in the news, but it is the most famous telescope in the world, the Hubble Space Telescope. And so if you were on the Hubble Space Telescope, this is the view of Scotland that you would get if you were over Scotland, that is. I mean, it's moving, constantly going around, watching the world come to it. Amazing. There's Greenland up there on the left. So I'll go back to Scotland here. There we are. So let's learn a bit about Hubble. Now, as I've said, it's 350 miles up. Can you guess in miles an hour how fast it is travelling around the world? Have a guess in miles an hour. So how many miles would it travel in an hour, do you think? Well, the answer is 17 and a half thousand miles in an hour. So that is 17,500 miles per hour, which, if it doesn't mean much to you, means that it is travelling about 5 miles every second. So if you're in Brora, Golspie's not too far off, 5 miles away, just a bit more. So if you were in Brora, travelling the speed that the Hubble telescope is travelling, you would be in Golspie in just over 1 second. How incredibly fast is that? So that means it can get all the way around the Earth in only 1.5 hours, which is amazing. So in an hour and a half, it'll get all the way around the world. Absolutely incredible. And as it's been flying up there doing that for 30 years, that means that it has travelled a total of around about 3 billion miles. So that is incredible. Let me show you a picture of what it looks like. I'll zoom up a bit. And here it is, the Hubble Space Telescope. Looks a little bit like a telescope. And you can see the lovely view that it has of Earth. So to give you an idea of the size, that is around about the size of a large school bus. So it's massive. It's a very, very big telescope, not one you'd fit in your house. It weighs about 11 tons. So that is one heavy telescope. But it's been up there for 30 years, so how on earth does it get power? How does it get power? Because it needs power to send the pictures that it takes back down to Earth. So how does it get power? Can you spot how it would get power? Well done. If you noticed, on each side it looks like wings almost. Shiny, almost blue wings. Those are solar panels. The word solar means sun, like solar system. It's a system that goes around the sun. So solar panels uses the sun to give itself its energy. You'll see them on some houses. So when the sun is shining, that creates electricity. The school's got it as well, some solar panels. So that's where its power comes from. But why is it important? Well, it has created some of the most spectacular pictures of the universe, and it has discovered so much. It has gone deeper into the universe than anything else before. So let's take a wee journey and discover some of the things it has done and seen. This has got to be one of the most stunning pictures that it has ever taken. I remember seeing this when I was in school, in primary 6. The teacher came in and showed us it in the newspaper. This has been nicknamed the Pillars of Creation because this is where stars are born. Just absolutely, can you imagine the size of them? It looks like some sort of cosmic snake or something, some mysterious thing. It's just amazing. This is where stars are born and all that dust and gas, and you can see lots of little stars actually around. So yes, that is the pillars of creation. That is just amazing. Let's have a look at some more that it's taken. This is what's called the Crab Nebula. Okay, and this is what has been left over after a star exploded. Okay, so it went what's called supernova. So some stars, when they die, they go supernova and a giant explosion. And this is what is left over from a dying star. This is, can you guess? It's a galaxy. It's called the Sombrero Galaxy because it looks like a sombrero hat. If you're not sure what it is, have a look online. Sombrero Galaxy. So this in itself, this one galaxy contains about 100 billion stars. A beautiful galaxy. Now this, you might think, what is this? It's not stars as such. These are all galaxies. This is one of the furthest photos Hubble had ever taken. There's about 10,000 galaxies in this one little picture alone. I'm just thinking each of these galaxies are hundreds of billions of stars. And just think how many of those stars could have planets going around them. Another life. It's just amazing. What a picture that is. And lastly, this one. This, much like the pillars of creation, again, excuse me, is where stars are born. But I just like that one. It's amazing. You've got the lovely blue and the red. It's cool. It looks like some sort of artist drew it, but that is real. All these things are out there, and Hubble discovered them. Scientists had no idea there was so much out there until Hubble was sent up to take these wonderful pictures. Just incredible. So it discovered all these new galaxies and solar systems, even things called exoplanets, which are planets that go around other stars other than our own. So just amazing. So we've got Hubble up there, but what happens if something goes wrong? How do you fix Hubble? Well, it's quite simple. You send some astronauts up to fix it. And here is one there. You can see Earth below. So the astronauts go up in a space shuttle. You can see a couple of them there. They take a spacewalk, out into the cold darkness of space with their tools. And they give Hubble a fix. And they sort it out. I think when it initially went up, the camera was a bit blurred, so they had to instantly send up astronauts to go and fix it. What a job that would be. Can you imagine Can you imagine doing that? Just incredible. Another little thing about the telescope, just quickly, is that it's named after a man called Edwin Hubble, very famous astronomer, studied the stars and the planets. And he actually discovered that there were other galaxies out there. He discovered a lot of things, but that was one of his big things. He had his own big telescope down on Earth, which is another good point, because why even bother sending this telescope up into space? And what's the point in that? Why not just have it on top of a big mountain? Well, the clue is in this picture. If you look, there's a thin blue line all the way around the Earth. Do you know what that is? That is the Earth's atmosphere. Remember I said to you, if the Earth was an apple, then its skin would be the atmosphere. And that can actually affect how clear an image is. You know, if you think you've got light, you've got dust up there, you've got clouds, you've got all sorts of things. But up here, up in space, you're above all that. You're above all the atmosphere, and there's nothing to get in your way. And it takes the most incredible pictures. And I think that's about it. Lots of cool stuff there. I will just go back to here and just imagine you being up in Hubble at 350 miles. Okay, so that's it. So your fact of the day is which famous telescope recently celebrated its 30th birthday? And that is the Hubble Space Telescope. All right, I hope you enjoyed that one, and we'll speak to you tomorrow.